Let's talk about it. 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 On the Vera.
Hello. I am so excited to be here today. I am so excited about my guest, and her name is Mora. Did I say that right?
You did.
Mora. I am so excited that you are here today, and I'm just wanting our audience to really absorb and get what it is that you're teaching us tonight to help us all become better people and all that we do. And so I'm going to start by sharing your brief bio. And it is brief. I know that there's a lot more than what I have here, but let me just share. Moirar Leveille is a licensed mental health counselor, a strategic intervention life coach, functional medicine and bioenergetic practitioner, helping people understand the root cause of their diseases. I like that, diseases. Neuro-linguistic practitioner and a certified clinical iridologist. She is currently pursuing her PhD and doctorate in integrative medicine. She is a 4 times international best-selling author, a transformational speaker. She is the CEO and founder of Moirar Holistic Wellness LLC, where she provides mental health counseling, life and wellness coaching, and check this out, audience, in 5 languages. Yes, 5 languages. She speaks French, Portuguese, Spanish, Creole, and English. Locally and internationally, she does her work. Moral, oh man, believes in using humor, spirituality, relaxation, and in her training, and she self-care and mindfulness techniques to help individuals reach their life purpose. Mora is dedicated to creating lasting personal transformation by helping people to access their intrinsic personal power, to overcome emotional barriers, to reduce stress, and enhance the quality of life, and to achieve their highest potential, to live with vibrancy and passion. Yes. So I'm going to give you the floor and ask you to just share a little more about you and where you're from and your experiences, your challenges, your journey that got you to this point.
Thank you, Vera. It's such an honor to be in your show and being here with you. I'm feeling that I'm sitting and standing in shoulder of giant
Oh my
because
goodness.
women like you that keep on inspiring people all over the world deserve a lot of praise because we need more like you. Okay, first,
Oh,
thank you for the presentation. A lot of people have heard about my mini bio. They probably think, oh my God, this woman. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear, just remind you it wasn't always like that. wherever you are now, I want you to know it's temporary. If you look at me, you will say that, you look great. Yes, I know that because I give myself compliment all the time because years back, I wanted to hear compliment from people and I couldn't get it. And I wasn't educated enough to give it to myself. So now I celebrate me as a full potential, amazing woman because when I look back, the woman I used to look in the mirror, diagnosed with hyperthyroid, with grave disease, depression, anxiety, with over 10 size up of where I am right now, I was not in love with her, okay? And then I destroyed her day by day to make her become someone when she looked at herself in the mirror, she was ashamed of looking at herself. I realized I was not too much obese of what I was eating, but I was obese of what was eating me inside out. So I had to use self awareness, changing some life habits, and decide that, Moira, you are a piece of the master. You are a masterpiece. You were created unique and special. So take your life in control. So thank you, Vera, for giving me the opportunity to share here with your audience.
Oh, that is, oh my God. So let me ask you now, how is your health?
I have to say I don't want to tell people what not to do or what to do, but I can tell you it's been over 15 years that I have been doing this and I don't get sick. I don't even need to knock on wood. It's been 15 years. I don't have a cold. I feel vibrant. I work hard. I feel great. I feel blessed. I'm happy, but not a fake happy, but a real happy. Like when you say to people, you excited every day I wake up and say, wow, I'm awake. What a blessing. And I'm breathing. So it feels good. I feel great. I feel vibrant. And life is wonderful.
That is so awesome. And so for prior to 15 years, you had some what sounds like some pretty major health issues. And so tell us, tell us the difference between mindfulness and mindful yes.
We all have lived in a world where we want things to happen, but sometimes we question ourselves. Am I the one that should make things happen? Should I be the one standing up, rising up to make things happen? Why mindful yes versus mindfulness? I used to meditate. I meditate a lot. I think about things. I dream about things, and then I realize to live a mindfulness life, you have to start saying yes in your life. But your life will be manifesting what you want, your goals and dreams, by starting saying yes. How many of you that are here knowing you have to say yes to things about your health and you are not doing it? I'm going to be
Wow.
first to raise my hand because that's where I used to live. You cannot achieve a mindfulness life without living your full potential without action. Like a mindful yes life cannot be achieved without the knowledge of yourself. So when I start investigating, loving myself, now I start saying yes to the things that are going to take me to the next level by getting trained by the right people, by associating myself, Vera, with the people that will elevate me, by surrounding myself with only quality people, OQP people, only quality people, Mr. Les Brown, as my mentor said, only OQP people. That's it. OQP. Only quality people. When you're surrounding yourself about your with OQP, then guess what? You start rise up. You start saying yes to things you used to say no that will elevate you. You start saying yes to things that you know that will take you to the next level. So mindful yes for me, it's a deep loving to yourself to start taking action to make it happen. I said it, whatever it is that you want to do.
Whatever it is,
Yes.
absolutely. And association breeds assimilation. And I used to tell my son
Yes.
that all the time. Be
Yes.
careful who you hang around. And if you want to be successful, you got to hang around successful people. And
Right.
so you are the epitome of that kind of example. And that is so, so awesome. Now, you've got 4 books right now. And I know you got another one in process, which is, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. That is so awesome. And I want to talk about each one of those books and just take a few minutes. And I want to say to my listening audience, we're on several platforms, but if you want to chat and chime into this conversation, which we want you to do, then please go to the Vera Thomas Show on Facebook, and you'll be able to give us some feedback on what you're hearing and also share what might be a haha moment for you. Or you may even have a question that you want to ask this fantastic, fantastic lady. So, Mara, oh, I'm not going to mess up your name.
Moira Mo, that's okay.
Mora. Okay. So, Mora, take a few minutes and just kind of share how, I mean, you talk about happiness, and happiness is as much a state of mind as it is a condition. And so I want you to just share with our audience. First, I did say I want to talk about your books. So you got 4 books. Pick whichever one you want to talk about first.
I remember, Vera, when I first write the book Mind Your Life One Day at a Time, I was sitting and just thinking about the amount of people that I was seeing that live in desperation. And I was inspired to do something about it. So I wrote the book Mind Your Life One Day at a Time. It's all within you. And
Put
this
it back up again.
Mind Your Life One Day at a Time. It's all within you. This book for me, it's a book of life. You can open it any chapter and you feel inspired. Like I wrote it in a way that I didn't want people to feel stressed out when they're reading from page 1 to page 50, 300. So I just write something that you inspired every day by and have it with people to support themselves. So this book is very well written but easy read. Anything you feel depressed and sad, and you oh, number 6. Are you feeling frustrated, sad, confused?
I lost you. I lost your audio. I lost your audio.
Oh, okay. Now
Okay.
you can open the book and any part of the book you can start getting inspired. So any
Read
chapter.
what you were just reading. Are you feeling frustrated?
Yeah. Are
Yeah,
you
share
feeling
that.
frustrated, sad, confused? Do you know what you want, but you feel stuck? Are you willing to do one thing to get out of your head? Make a first move to take control of your emotion. These feelings may feel permanent, but they are not. You have the power to change your thought to control your feelings. You are not weak and powerless. You are strong and powerful. You become what you think about. Take this opportunity to make a positive change in your life. Convince yourself that you are great because you are. So each
Awesome.
of those part of this book, there is like a part that gives you the detail of this, and then I develop that and I give you inspiration on how to stay, how to get unstuck. So that's a book of inspiration. And then I wrote the second book based on my own healing of my hyperthyroid and grave disease. I used to be very overweight. I used to be going to the doctor, Miss Vera, every single 6 weeks to get my
Wow.
prescription, to the point my doctor thought if I don't do what he asked me to do, I would die. So he was ready to write my prescription, but God took this prescription and say, "Hey, it's not her time yet." I say, when is it her time? You don't determine the prognosis. I do. So I went home, I changed my life. And as a result of my own healing journey, I wrote the second book, Mind Your Health or Mind Your Death. Why? Because I was dying due to stress, anxiety, frustration, not feeding my mind and body the deserving breakfast was deserving. So all of that caused me to become so sick. But at some point, we get sick and tired of being sick and tired. So
Yes,
we
we
should
do.
do something about it. So I wrote the other book, and then my other two other books that I wrote, it's Woman Who Boss Up. That's with Tam Look and 15 other powerful women. Uh, it's Woman Who Boss Up. It's wonderful. My last book, I don't have it right with me here. It's a co-book co-writer with Mr. Les Brown, my mentor. He's amazing. I love him. He's just inspiring me to be the best. His voice changed so many people, and I inspired to change people's life by having people like you, Mr. Les Brown, to keep on doing what you're doing because we are needed.
You know what? Thank you so much. You are needed. You are, and I love the fact when you said the book is well written. Oftentimes people don't want to give themselves credit and they
Yeah.
don't want to give themselves praise. And you mentioned that you yearned for that when you were young. And so you had to learn to
Mhm.
praise yourself. And there's a
Yes.
song called Encourage Yourself. And
Encourage
sometimes,
yourself.
yes, and sometimes what we feel we need is not out there. It's not in somebody else. Sometimes it's within us. And so we have to muster up that strength, that courage, that faith to do what we need to do. And so talk about how you healed yourself, how that mindset changed that made you who you are today.
First of all, I think it takes a lot of responsibility to separate your feeling from what you really truly your goals in your life. Understand that your feelings are temporary, but your goals in life, if you go full force, you want to achieve them, you will achieve them. Jim once said your life will be a warning or an example. I decided after my diagnosis and traveling for 7 years with an autoimmune disease that was eating me inside out from my bone, that I decided that my life, I must take control of it. So I went home and I started changing my habits. I became more aware of what I needed to do to change the script. I changed the script of my life by taking control inside out. I had to remove all the noise and I had to go inside to listen to the whisper of the voice of God telling me, "You are my child. I will never forsaken you. I will never abandon you." And at that point, I get another set of strength. After you travel so many years to just get the same routine checkup, your blood test, and you don't know what it is, and then you spend about 5 minutes with your doctor in the office, you started questioning, is that all it is? After all, I didn't feel I was living. I was ready to end it all. But there's this voice inside of me that said, you can do more than you can begin to imagine. Your health diagnosis right now is temporary. If you decide, you get support, you'll get the right people the right mindset to just take you within this journey with yourself. Take you away from that staycation. You feel stuck. You feel there's no life for you. But if you stay, you start feeding your mind, your body. And then you say, I'm going to listen.
The Vera Thomas Show. The Vera Thomas Show. The Vera Thomas Show. The Vera Thomas Show. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Every
Let's
single
talk
time.
about it. Let's
Hold on a
talk
minute.
about it. On the Vera.
Okay, we got lost.
I have no idea why.
And you were talking, I saw your mouth moving, but we got blocked out of the show. I don't know what happened,
You don't know what
but
happened.
so now we got to start whatever you were saying. Whatever you were saying, you got to repeat it because we got
Well, what I remember I was saying is that at some point,
you're off. Okay. Wait a minute. You're muted. You're muted.
I get muted. I'm not even touching anything.
You know what? Something's going on here.
Something is going on. But
Yeah, we
at,
rebuke the name of Jesus right
exactly.
now.
At some
Right
point
now.
in our life, we must take charge of our health journey. We tend to give our medical practitioner full control after one visit that only see us for 10 minutes maximum if we are lucky. My goal is to empower individual to say your doctor is your ally, not your God, not your savior. We must take control of the health we are given by changing our health habit, by changing our lifestyle, by keeping ourselves moving, by changing our mindset, because now we know, our consciousness, our mind, how it interacts with our body. And do you know, Ms. Vera, as a integrative future doctor, every day I get more inspired to understand many cancer we developed in our life, it's a result of the accumulation of stress, diseases
Yes.
that we kept growing, that has to be released or have to be released at certain point, and don't have the pace, the space within, don't know in the mind. So what it does, it goes and manifests in the body. And then we can think we are dying. But usually if we take care of ourselves, and I have seen it, so many patients came over the years in my office, diabetes, high blood pressure. They reverse it. I don't make it happen. They do. Hormonal imbalances, they do. Block arteries, they do make the changes. Simple change. I just give them the tools. I support them, I educate them, and they make things happen.
And you know, what you're saying is so true. I lost my mother, both my sisters, my niece, my an aunt, all to cancer. And I can tell you, I know like both my sisters, they worried about everything and everybody. And you cannot have all those kinds of energies going on in your body because it can make you sick.
Yes.
Keeping things inside can make you sick. Worry is such a debilitating activity that can cause all kinds of problems. The stress is not the stress that kills us, is how we handle
Yep.
the stress that
Yep.
makes all the difference. And I know that that's the work that you are And that is so awesome. And I'm sure that you use like your functional medicine and your bioenergetic practices. Can you talk a little bit about those and what that entails?
As a functional medicine practitioner, what I do, I help people understand your imbalance does not come as a miracle. It's an accumulation of so many factors. So before you start, cutting pieces, take away, let's understand what is the basis, why things happen. The root cause, it's what when you understand it, start making you do the right change you need to do to start healing from inside out. Healing comes from inside out. It's a manifestation of the mindset, the new understanding you have of empowerment, of how your body wants to keep you alive. Your body is not weak. Your body is so amazing. Your body wants to heal. Your body, all the symptoms you are having, and I used to have them. Vera, I used to have all them: palpitation, I used to have the shaky. My eyes was so bulgy. It was with grave disease. My doctor asked me to do surgery, and my thyroid was killing me. It asked me to remove my thyroid, and it happened that 1 in 8 women will thyroid disease.
Wow.
And this is something you don't realize it until all the symptoms are so debilitating, you can't do anything about it.
So did you end up having thyroid surgery?
I didn't have the surgery of my eyes. As you can see, my eyes are very good now. Good. I didn't do surgery. I didn't remove my thyroid. I went home and I started taking care of myself. And I started getting educated. What are the things that I need to do to understand my diseases is not a punishment, but a wake up call, a grace from God, which is end up a grace of God. Because right now I'm talking to you, it's because I took care of myself and I decided if I can do that, how many people I can inspire to take care of themselves, and I can tell them health is possible.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you said once a person becomes aware, awareness precedes change. And so you enable people to become aware by digging into the root cause of a situation. That is phenomenal because once we understand the root cause, which could be something that we've buried so deep. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it. We don't even want to imagine it. And you're able to pull and extrapolate and pull those things out of individuals so that they understand that once we get into that root cause, identify it, and then you have the tools that can help them transform. And that is phenomenal. That is
Definitely,
phenomenal.
definitely, Ms. Vera. And then this is one of the reason when you start changing, you have to think about what is the energy you're putting out there as well. And everything for me, it's complementary now as doing quantum medicine. It's become so apparent for me. Quantum physics is the main guidance for us to understand that we are not just body, we are spirit. So the same way
Yes,
we feed our body, we must feed our spirit to take care of who we are. To just having that
absolutely.
body, yeah, having that body, having an experience here in this earth. But if you're not taking care of this body, it deteriorates. And then that's why we are so fearful of growing old, because we know we end up with diabetic. We end up with, I have a patient that came to my office with Vera, 27 medication a day.
Oh,
How can you really want to have the desire to live? And I'm telling you, if you're out there, you're listening to me, It's possible. You can reverse those diseases. You can
And
change your life.
right. And I like when the way you say dis-ease, because that's what disease is. It's merely dis-ease in our bodies because of either our diets or our attitudes or both. And as a senior citizen myself, not on any medication, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. But it's because attitude, mindset. I
Yeah.
mean, I look at the commercials regarding medications, and while it's remedying one issue, it can kill you as a
Yep.
result.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And
And
that's what we
so,
do. We just keep on the cycle of diseases, and then to the point we become so powerless. Then we just say, there's nothing else I can do. And then we remove every single responsibility and we give it to our doctor, our medical
yeah,
doctor. If you look at your
yes,
medical doctor, they are obese, they are overweight, they're as human as we are. And then we forget that. We forget that. When I look at I remember when I used to see my doctor, Ms. Vera, he was so overweight. I said, "There's no way. There's no diabetes no there." And I'm seeing him for autoimmune disease, imbalances. If he had the answer for himself, he won't have it for me. So we are managing diseases in this world, and this is why we live so scared. And then right now, I tell you, it's been 15 years. No matter what it is, I face it. And this is the pandemic season. We are still in it.
yes, we are.
From the day one, I said, with the grace of God and everything that I know I have been doing, I'll be okay. I have been
Yes,
okay. I'm not taking it for granted. I'm not asking people to do this or that, but I'm saying to you, health is possible. You can change your life, and it's so necessary. You
yes,
go and you inspire other people to do it too. Because
yes.
27 medication, let me tell you, after like 3 months, that patient was able to go with the consult with his medical practitioner. Reverse his diabetes, not in medication anymore because he was good. It changed his world completely. And we're talking not somebody that was 20 years old. We're talking somebody that's 72 years old.
74 years old?
72 years old show up in my office. He said, I don't want to die. My doctor sent me home to eat macaroni and cheese and I'm losing weight, 3 to 5 pounds. And then the doctor said, I'm depressed. He's taking free medication, one from each other. You're taking from this one, take another one. And I'm like, I don't have the solution, but I have tools. If you are willing to use those tools that we're going to work together, miracle will happen in your life, but you will make the miracle happen. And that's what I saw consistently every single 3 4 months. I have somebody sending me a message, Moira, thank you, I'm so glad that I have met you, I'm feeling great, and I'm
That's
exercising,
awesome.
or they empower the whole family. I have a mother coming in, and then from the mother comes the father, the children, and then now the transformation is lasting. So
Oh, that is awesome. That
yes.
is so, and God put you on earth for this purpose to change lives. Because I'm telling you, all these, and the other thing, doctors don't necessarily always have your best interests at heart. I mean, they will continue to feed you medicines and demand that you do certain things. And I'm telling you, I mean, I had an experience with a doctor that got very hostile with me because she suggested that I have surgery for a condition that wasn't bothering me. I didn't have any problems. It's like, I'm not having you cut on me for something that is not bothering me. If it's not broke, I'm not trying to fix something that's not broke. So a lot of times be careful with doctors that you're dealing with. And I'm sure you would recommend that people get second opinions Don't just rely totally on what one doctor says to you. Get second opinions. Would you not agree with that?
100%. Not only this, but also, can you sit to listen to or your heart? Can you sit and listen to the voices that inside of you that are talking to you? Have another opinion. Have listened to other people off stream. Because, Miss Vera, I ask myself sometimes, why are we so like loyal to ineffectiveness?
Good question. I lost you again. You're on mute again. You're on mute again.
I ask consistently, why are we so loyal to ineffectiveness? It's not working, but we still do it, no matter what.
No matter, and that's because people are comfortable.
But
They're familiar and they're comfortable, and
but
it's
you know what I learned, Miss
easier.
Vera?
What did you learn?
Comfort and conviction does not live in the same area code.
Did you hear that? Comfort and conviction does not live in the same area code. And when you hear that still small voice, that's the spirit talking to you. And you
Yeah.
talked about us being spiritual beings. I am convinced that so much of what's going on in our world, in our lives, in our homes is because we are negating and just dismissing that spiritual side of us. That spiritual side of us is that peace that gives us the strength, that peace that leads us and guides us and directs us and helps us to make right decisions. And
Yes.
so that still small voice, and spirit speaks to people in different ways.
Yep.
It could be a still small voice, it could be directly from the word, it could be through other people. So be in tune with yourself.
I love
Now,
that.
I want to ask you, what is iridology?
Iridology, it's actually what we said when I get graduate and become certified. It's like God made us perfect. He made us so perfect. He gave us the ability to look at through the eyes and look inside of you. That's how I can simply explaining. Through your eyes, with just a simple picture of your eyes, I don't do diagnosis, but I'm able to assess strength and weaknesses in your body
Through the eyes.
through the eyes. Do you have family inheritance of blood sugar, glucose, diabetes, high blood pressure, pain? Like, are you prone for certain diseases in your body? And by doing that, you never end up being diagnosed because you ain't aware by age of 2, 3 years old. As soon as you open your eyes, you can detect through your children. You can say, if you're going to be suffering from anxiety, it's right there.
Wow.
As you were born, I can start looking through your eyes and say, if you avoid these things, you'll never be diagnosed with arthritis because you are prone.
Oh, oh my goodness.
So
I
it's
need to
looking at
talk
your
to
eyes.
you.
Yes, it's
I
looking
need
at
to
your
talk to
body
you.
inside out through the eyes, the length. You heard it often. The eye is the length of the soul.
Yes,
So
the
the
windows
length
of
of
the
the soul.
soul.
You can
Yes.
look at your soul, who you were meant to be. What are your personality type? Just through the eyes.
Is that, oh my
It's just
goodness.
amazing. It's just
Oh
mind
my
blowing.
goodness.
So I
I'm
use it
so,
a lot in my
oh my
practice.
goodness. So
Yes.
is that like a pre-assessment that you do
And it's
through
a
iridology?
pre-assessment. People are willing to do that and they are willing to know. And then also I look at, and at the end, actually, I am able to give you a full 360 view of things to stay away from for the rest of your life. So don't
Oh
go
my
there because
goodness.
that can help you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys, I have put her contact information. Is streaming now. If you believe in your heart, if you're being convicted right now, and you're feeling like something's telling me I need to talk to her, then please contact her through the information that's streaming right now. Oh my goodness. And then you also are a neuro linguistic practitioner. You
Yes.
want to tell us about that as well? You are so, oh my God, you have
To
so much to offer. Oh my goodness.
NLP, after I went to school becoming a licensed mental health counselor, I wasn't feeling that I was enough prepared to understand the challenges people were facing. So I was given the opportunity to go study neurolinguistic practices, programming. So when I went back to school to learn about how the pattern of your word, how your words empower or disempower you, how your words have the power to change your outcomes in your life. What are the conversation you consistently having with yourself? And then
Amen.
it just changed my life. And as a result, it changed the life of my patient, because when I'm seeing the patients now, I'm not seeing them from a place of sickness. I'm seeing them from the place of conversation they are having
Yes.
with themselves to disempowering themselves consistently and stay sad, depressed, anxious. We're not talking about biochemistry right now, but you have a lot of way you can influence your life by taking control of, instead of saying I am so ugly, said I am so beautiful. you know
Yes.
they have done a
Yes.
study at Harvard University, and they determined for every word of negativity you put in yourself, it took from that study 12 times positive to neutralize that negativity.
And it's the same with you. One negative person can go into a room of 10 people and bring the whole room down. So it's the exact same analogy. And in addition to that, scripture says life and death is in the power of the tongue. So we
Yes.
have to be careful, not only what we say to other people, but what we say to ourselves. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And I mean, like right now, we could sit here right now, put our hands at our heads, and start saying, I have a headache. And guess what? If we said it long enough, what would happen?
It
What would
will happen.
happen?
It definitely will happen. Definitely.
So
So
words matter. Go ahead.
word does matter. Word does matter. Word does matter. So you keep that in your mind. So your words have power to heal you or to keep you sick. And that conversation, you need a mentor, you need a coach, you need a trained person to just keep you in check and
Yes.
support you to take the barrier as a trauma therapist as well, understanding our upbringing, our past consistently. We are facing it consistently. So, how can we change based
Yes.
on what we are experiencing and from living our past? Most of us are living an experience of our past. As a result, we a byproduct of what we are made to be, never become who we meant to be. Les Brown said, "We a lot of us are walking cups. We are walking dead.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are just walking, but you have no idea what's happening in your life. So if you want
Yes.
to change your life, start changing the conversation
Yes.
you are having with yourself."
Yes. I was in a city, and I'm telling you, one of the questions I always ask people that I meet, are you living your dreams, pursuing your dreams, or doing a combination? And in this one particular area, almost every single person said, oh, I'm not doing any of that. How sad is that? We have people that are struggling with what's happening with the virus, what's happening with our world condition, what's happening in our homes and our families. So how do you change that mindset? How do you understand that everything we go through is temporary? This too shall pass.
Yes.
And we don't need to wallow in all this negativity. So if you can share some tools, just a couple of tools with our audience to help them understand, first of all, our past, and I say this a lot, our past does not define or determine our future and who we are to become. It We learn from it and we gather and glean the lessons from it, but it does not have to define where we're going or how we're going to get there. And so if you can just, my heart goes out. And also I meant to mention what's happening in Croatia, I mean in
Yes.
Ukraine, and we need to really pray for that country and these families that are just the evil that's just destroying this country unnecessarily. We need to pray. We need to pray. But that came to my mind because it was something I wanted to do and I forgot. So I wanted to go ahead and mention that. But
Totally.
if you can shed some light, give some hope, and inspire some people that may not be listening right now, but they'll be tuning in as time goes on. If you could please share.
We live in a age where influencers are thinking made are showing up saying they are made overnight million. I'm encouraging everyone to take time to build your finest asset, which is your brain. Human beings are gifted with the finest, kindest, amazing asset, which is your brain. So find a purpose, find a way to stay sharp by simply reading books, find a mentor, listen to people that want to encourage you, that empower you. Move forward. I learned this and it was amazing to know all shark take oxygen from water so that they can breathe, but they to stay alive, the shark constantly swim forward. They need to keep on going forward. So look forward, keep moving, keep your mind active, and shut down from the chatters of negativity that consistently influencing your life. And to live a healthy life, it doesn't take a lot of science. It takes mindfulness to mindful yes, awareness to keep discipline, wake up in the morning, do some meditation, write your gratitude, say things that to empower you, and look for fine mentors that consistently will make you live a life of resiliency where your yes means to answer the call of your life, to take the action, to edify your purpose, and stay steady to your greatness.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's recap what she just said. Think of, your mind. You got to use your mind. Read books. And we've got, she's got four of them. You can read hers. You can read mine.
Yes,
you know,
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so
Amazing.
much. Thank
Bestseller.
you. Thank you so much. And you are too. And that's so awesome. So, reading, feed your mind, feed your mind. And also think about who are you hanging around? What are you saying to yourself? All of these things are so important. This reminds me of a poem that I wrote that I want to kind of share that
Yeah.
because it feeds into exactly what you're saying. Eleanor Roosevelt, she had a quote that said, small minds discuss people, average minds discuss things, great minds discuss ideals. So I wrote this. Small minds, you know the kind, sit around and gossip all the time. Who's doing what? Did it win? Not the kind I would call my friend. Average minds discussing things, houses, cars, material gain. Great minds move the earth discussing things of value, of worth, ideologies of past and present, realizing dreams with the mind's consent. Great minds, it takes one to know. These minds, your mind, makes all minds grow. Yes.
I love it. I love your yes too. It sounds like a double S.
Yes. So awesome. I'm telling you. And I hope and pray that if you're listening to this, that you want to go back and listen to it again and listen to the tools that Moira is sharing with us today to help us understand the difference between mindfulness and mindful yes. 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 Okay. And I was looking at your bio, and it's just so much. And you're working on your doctorate. How much longer do you have to go? And congratulations!
Thank you, thank you. I feel by the end of the year it should be good if I keep on going with what I'm doing. It's a lot because I'm working on the Mindful Yes show as well. I'm interviewing a lot of good, great people about health right now. So if anybody has reversed some kind of diseases and you want to contact me to be part of the show, I'll be happy to make you part of the show. And
Oh, that's awesome! And where
yeah,
did you come on? Tell me more about your show.
my show, it's called the Mindfulness show. It's all about the five most important aspect of your life. It's the health, love and connection, family relationship and friends, and wealth, finances, and also spirituality. So I'm all interviewing this time about health, how people have reversed diseases by taking control and not letting fear silence their voices and not having conversation with their doctor or taking your pills and be quiet, you know, and just stop dying from inside out and let
Yes.
your voice be heard and become an example for the world to inspire the world. That's what I have done. And then as a result, I am here. So if I can do it, you can do it too. It takes a little bit of discipline, work, and the decision to just every day, one step at a time to move forward.
Well, nothing worth having comes easy. And we can't make excuses and say, well, I don't have time. I can't, because anything that we want to do bad enough, we find a way to do it. And
Yeah,
so, considering your health is your life, if once we lose our health,
nothing works.
nothing works. And so, and I know there are so many people on so many medications listening to what their doctors are saying and not listening to that still small voice inside of them. And so I just want to encourage you, get second opinions, read and do research on whatever your condition is and see what natural things you can do to help remedy your problems without all these medications.
And we are not saying not to take your meds. If you're not doing
No.
anything, you cannot stop. You must. Don't hear me talking here, Moira and Vera talking, and Vera show. Vera show said you don't have to. No, we are saying get a second opinion, empower yourself. It's okay sometimes to feel lost, but you know what? I realized with Vera, your purpose is not far away from your previous wreck. So you just have to look deep past the debris and just move on next, and then finding your purpose through the debris and finding your confidence build from within and get yourself in shape. You can become that weak immune system you are told you have. It's not weak. Your body is so amazing. No one has actually a mind powerful enough to understand the body and the mind. So no one can tell you like you're not good enough to believe it because they don't even know. Sometimes you have to work things, you have to intentionally do things scared. You leave the doctor's office, do it scared until you are careless, because self confidence in whatever you are doing is not built. It's not birth, but built. Self confidence, again, I'm repeating that. Again, I'm repeating it. It's not birth, is built. So your confidence will come as you grow, as you experience life, as you become more and more knowledgeable about your body, your soul, your spirit, and every part of you deserve self-care. And it's your job to make it happen.
Preach, girl, preach. Yes, we are in control of
Yes.
our bodies. God is in control of our lives, but He gives us the tools to do what we need to do so that we can please Him and we can live in our purpose, because He said, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. He doesn't want to harm us. We harm ourselves
Yes,
by
consistently.
what we say, what we eat, and yes. So be mindful and have a mindful yes attitude.
I love your mindful yes attitude. It sounds
Yes.
like my yes. I love I
Yeah,
love it.
you got to have conviction.
Yes, that conviction to say that yes and then to keep you to the next level as we go to level up, right? We are going to level up with that summit that coming up in March. I'm
Yes.
inviting everyone to just stay connected. Level up with Kern Sherry. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is so powerful. Every time
Yes.
she does something, she does it with passion. So I'm encouraging
Yes.
everyone. Your health
Yes.
is your wealth and take it seriously. Balance it,
Yes.
mineral, vitamins, everything you need to do.
Yes.
Revitalize your body, but level up. Don't miss it.
Yes, yes. And I want to acknowledge, hello, Frida. She says, enjoy hearing this different perspective. We need to have more confidence in ourselves and what we want.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And when I was striving to get that confidence, because I did not have any, but I would fall asleep at night saying, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, trying to speak it into existence. Again, life and death is in
It's
the
in the
power
power
of the
of the
tongue.
tongue.
And
Yeah.
what we say in most cases is what we get. So if
Yes.
we constantly saying, I'm sick and tired, guess what?
You manifest it.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So mindset, mindfulness, mindful, yes. Yes. And what
Correct.
what Mora is saying, say yes. When opportunity comes your way, say yes. Even if you're fearful, even if you, because God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of peace and of love and of power and of a sound mind.
Yes.
So when you have opportunity, say yes. When you have thoughts or something in your imagination that you're thinking that you might want to try, say yes. When there's someone coming to you and you know that you have something that you can offer them, say yes.
Big yes. Double S.
Yes. Well, listen, I can't believe our time is up.
Yes.
But you're gonna have to come back again when you get that next book ready. You need to
Yes. I'm
come on
excited.
back. Come on back. And I want to thank our listening audience for being here today. And I hope and pray that what we shared today, you're going to really take heed to. Think about what you're eating. Think about what you're feeding your mind. Think about the things that you're doing that contribute to dis ease. Final words, Mora?
I'm inviting everyone that listening to take a moment to share this message. Share this message, and by you starting by saying yes and living your divine purpose, because your divine purpose is linked to these amazing things you will be doing to change the world, because your yes not only will shine light in other people's life, because your light is needed in the moment of darkness of so many people that are in darkness right now. You
Yes.
ignite their soul. You inspire, empower them to transform their life. And as a result, they transform thousands of lives. Inspire you, inspire your family to your presence, to be a better person, a better woman, a better child, a better young kid, to just stay vibrant. What if your proximity could change somebody's vibration? Just
Yes.
imagine
One
if you go
person
to
at
bed
a time.
one person at a time.
One
Get to
person at
bed
a time.
today. When you go
Yes.
to bed today, I want you to look at yourself and say, I stand up. I didn't fit in, but I stand out and I feel proud of me.
Yes. And tell yourself, I am a light. I am a light. Tell yourself, I am a light. And guess
Yeah.
what? You keep saying it long enough, you're going to be walking in the light. You're going to
Yes.
be the light. Be the light. Be the light. Be love. Show
Yes.
love. Give love. So thank you all for listening, and we will see you again next week. And I'm going to bring you down and don't leave though, okay?
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank
Thank
you all.
you.
It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. Thank you for sharing this message of hope and wellness. We did it.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
The Vera Retirement Show. The Vera Retirement Show. The Vera Retirement Show. The Vera Retirement Show. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk